Right now, you don't feel dangerous. You're sitting still, soft, distracted, maybe a little tired. No claws, no fangs. Your nails would lose a fight with a cardboard box. If a lion walked into the room, every instinct you have would scream one word: run. But here's the thing the lion knows that you forgot. On the open plains of this planet, across 10,000 generations, there is one shape that makes almost every predator alive stop, freeze, and back away. It walks on two legs. It has a flat face and a steady stare. It's you. You have been told your whole life that you are the fragile one, the prey, the naked ape who only survives because of walls and locks and fire. And tonight, I'm going to show you that this is the single biggest lie your own brain ever told you. Because when scientists actually measured what animals fear most, the answer wasn't the lion. It wasn't the bear. It was the sound of a human voice. So before we go any further, I want you to do one thing. Somewhere in the back of your mind, ask yourself a question and keep it there for the next 20 minutes. If you are really the scariest thing alive, why did you forget it? Hold that thought, because the answer is stranger and older than anything they taught you in school. Let's start with the eyes. Right now, look at where your eyes sit. They face forward. Both of them pointed the same direction, locked onto whatever you're looking at. That seems normal to you. It is not normal. Go look at a deer, a rabbit, a cow. Their eyes sit on the sides of the head, watching everything, trusting nothing. That is the face of something that gets hunted. Forward-facing eyes are expensive. You give up seeing behind you. Almost nothing in nature pays that price. The animals that do? Eagles, wolves, lions, owls. Every single one of them is a hunter, because forward eyes are targeting eyes. They exist to lock onto prey and judge the exact distance to strike. You have the eyes of a predator bolted into the front of your skull. You've just never used them to hunt. And when a wild animal meets that stare, something ancient fires in its brain. A direct, forward, unblinking gaze is the universal signal of a predator that has chosen its target. Your cat looks away when you stare at it. Your dog gets nervous. Deep in the animal kingdom, eyes on the front of a face mean one thing: I see you and I am not afraid. Now quick, before we go on, tell me in the comments, have you ever locked eyes with a wild animal and watched it decide to leave? I want to hear it. Now let's talk about how you move. And this is where it stops being strange and starts being terrifying if you happen to be anything else on Earth. Because you are slow, painfully slow. A squirrel embarrasses you. A house cat would win a sprint. You are one of the slowest large mammals on the entire planet. Every predator that looks at you sees an easy, plodding, defenseless meal. For about 10 seconds. Because here is what the cheetah can't do. Here is what the antelope can't do. Here is what almost nothing alive can do. Keep going. You don't have a top speed worth fearing. You have something far worse. You have no off switch. You can jog under a sun that would kill a lion by heat stroke. You can walk after something for 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, an entire day, until the fastest animal on the savannah simply overheats, collapses, and waits for you to arrive. It has a name: persistence hunting. Our ancestors would pick a target, an antelope, a kudu, something built to explode into speed, and they would simply refuse to stop following it. The animal sprints away, easy. Then it has to stop and cool down. And over the hill comes the shape, still walking, still coming. So it sprints again, and stops again, and every time the shape reappears. Still walking, never faster, never slower, never ever stopping. Imagine that from the animal's side. Not a burst of teeth. Not a chase you can win or lose. A thing on the horizon that does not run and does not tire and does not leave. Hour after hour after hour, until your legs give out and your body cooks itself from the inside, and the last thing you see is the shape, finally, calmly, walking up to you. That is the oldest horror story on this planet, and you are the monster in it. We could cool ourselves because we did something no other big animal did. We got rid of our fur and turned our skin into a radiator, millions of sweat glands, a body designed to run hot and dump heat while everything with a coat has to stop and pant. You are not weak. You are a long-distance killing machine wearing the disguise of a soft, tired office worker. And we are just getting started because the next part is the one that changed the entire planet. So let me ask you something, and be honest. If I dropped you in a forest right now, no phone, no knife, no fire, naked, do you think you'd survive the night? Most people say no. Most people are wrong, and in about 60 seconds, you're going to understand exactly why. But first, if any of this is rewiring how you see yourself, do me one favor and hit subscribe. Because what I'm about to show you is the reason your species runs the world, and almost nobody ever explains it. Here it is. You can kill from a distance. Stop and really feel how insane that is. Every other predator on Earth has to close the gap. The lion must reach you, the shark must touch you, the snake must be within a strike. Nature's #1 rule of survival has always been simple. Stay out of reach of the thing with the teeth. And then one primate stood up, picked up a rock, and broke that rule forever. Your shoulder is a weapon that took millions of years to build. No other animal on the planet can throw the way you can. A chimpanzee, far stronger than you, throws like a toddler. But you, an ordinary human, can hurl a stone fast enough and accurately enough to crack a skull from 30 feet away. Your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, they store and release energy like a whip. You are the only creature alive that can reach out across empty air and end a life it never even touched. Think about what that does to every other animal's plan. Its whole defense, its speed, its size, its claws, all of it assumes the fight happens up close. Suddenly there's a creature that can hurt it from over there. From behind a rock, from up a tree, from the other side of a river. There is no counter for it. Evolution never built a defense against a mind that kills at a distance, because for 2 billion years, nothing needed one. Would you have thought of it first? Tell me in the comments what you'd have grabbed. And here's the part that turns a hunter into a nightmare. You can read the ground. An animal runs, and it thinks it's gone. But it left a story behind it. A bent blade of grass, a pressed footprint, a broken twig, a scuff in the dirt, a single hair on a thorn. And you, the tracker, can look at that story and know which way it went, how fast, how long ago, and whether it's hurt. Most predators lose you the second you're out of sight. A human never loses you. The distance between you and the thing that reads your trail is not safety. It's just a delay, and you don't need daylight either. A leopard owns the night, so we took the night too. With fire in one hand, we walked into the dark that every other daytime creature feared, and we hunted in it. There is no hour that belongs to the animals anymore. No shadow deep enough. No burrow far enough down. We dig them out. No tree tall enough. We wait at the bottom. No river wide enough. We build a way across. Slowly, methodically, we closed every single exit the natural world ever had. And then one day, we picked up the sun. Fire, not just warmth, not just cooking. A wall of the one thing that every wild animal on Earth is hardwired to flee. For hundreds of millions of years, fire meant death, and every creature that survived learned in its bones to run from it. And then a group of slow, soft apes learned to make it, carry it, and sit inside a ring of it, laughing, while everything with teeth paced in the dark, unable to come closer. Picture that first night from outside the firelight. You are a predator. You are stronger, faster, armed with everything nature gave you. And you cannot approach the weakest thing on the plain because it is holding a piece of the sky that burns. The hierarchy of the entire animal kingdom, millions of years of who eats who, broke in a single generation, around a campfire, and it never went back. That is the moment your ancestors stopped being prey and became something the world had no word for. And when the tools weren't enough, we did something no other animal has ever done. We turned the land itself into a weapon. We dug pits and covered them with branches so the ground would swallow a beast whole. We built fences of stone to funnel a stampede off a cliff. We set snares that tighten when you pull, deadfalls that drop when you brush them, traps that hunt for us while we sleep. Think about that from the animal's side. The predator isn't even there. The predator left, and the trap is still trying to kill you. We are the only creature that can hunt you when it's a mile away, or asleep, or not even born yet, through a plan it left waiting in the grass. But fire and rocks are just tools. Tools can be dropped. The real reason you are the scariest thing alive is not in your hands. It's inside your skull, and it's something no claw, no fang, no venom has ever been able to fight. So here's my question before we go inside your head. What do you think is more dangerous, 1 human or 10? Hold your answer, because the difference between those two numbers is the difference between a snack and an apex predator, and I'll prove it. You do not hunt alone. You hunt as a mind with many bodies. A lion pride cooperates, sure, but they can only share what's happening right now. You can do something no other animal on Earth can do. You can plan. You can point at a hill you cannot see and say, you 3 go around the back, you 2 wait by the river, and when it runs, drive it toward the cliff. You can coordinate an ambush across time and space using nothing but sound and imagination. That is what language really is, not chit-chat. It's the ability to install a plan into someone else's head, to make 10 people move like a single organism with 10 sets of hands and one shared intention. An animal facing one of you faces a clever ape. An animal facing a coordinated human group faces something that surrounds it from directions it didn't know existed, herded by a strategy it cannot see, toward a trap it will never understand. It's not fighting an animal anymore, it's fighting a plan. And that plan outlives the hunter. This is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. When a lion learns something clever, it dies with the lion. But when one human works out how to bring down a mammoth, or where the fish run in spring, or which berries kill, that knowledge doesn't die. It gets spoken, it gets taught, it passes to the children, and their children, stacking up generation after generation, a hunting strategy that never stops improving and never forgets. You are not one predator. You are 10,000 years of predators thinking with one continuous mind. No other species accumulates like that. A shark today hunts exactly like a shark 2 million years ago. But you? Every generation of humans starts where the last one left off and adds more. Fire, then spears, then traps, then bows, then agriculture, then a rifle that reaches across a valley. From the animal's point of view, it is being hunted by something that gets smarter every single year and never, ever dies. How do you evolve a defense against that? You can't, nothing can, and nothing has. Let me pull you back to that question from the very beginning. If you're really the scariest thing alive, why don't you feel it? Why does the dark still scare you? Why does a spider on the wall make you jump? And the answer is beautiful, and it's the key to this whole thing. You don't feel like a predator for the exact same reason a shark doesn't feel wet. You're soaking in it. You are so completely the apex of this planet that you've forgotten the water you swim in is fear, and all of it belongs to everything else. Because here's what the science actually found, and it stunned the researchers who ran it. Across the world, in study after study, they played sounds to wild animals. Lions, leopards, bears, elephants, the sounds of their fiercest natural rivals, and the animals were cautious. Then the researchers played one more sound. A human, just talking, not shouting, not attacking, just the calm murmur of a person having a conversation. And the animals didn't get cautious. They panicked, they fled, they abandoned their kills and ran. Read that again in your mind. Lions, the so-called king of beasts, are more terrified of the sound of you murmuring than of another lion roaring. To the wildlife of this entire planet, the scariest sound in existence is not a growl or a roar or a scream. It is the gentle, ordinary sound of a human voice drifting through the trees. Because in the deep memory of every species we've ever touched, that sound means the shape is here, the one that never stops coming. Have you ever felt that go the other way? That prickle on your neck in the woods? Comment yes if you felt watched out there, because that instinct is a fossil, and I'll come back to it. And think about where they can't escape you, because the answer is nowhere. The fish dives deep. We built boats, then hooks, then nets miles wide, then machines that scrape the bottom of the ocean. The bird takes to the sky, the one place that was always safe, and we learn to throw death upward, to reach into the air itself and pull it down. The mole goes underground. We flood the burrow. There is no ceiling high enough and no floor deep enough. Every single refuge that life spent 4 billion years evolving, we have already walked into, uninvited. Where, on this entire planet, would you go to get away from you? And there is one more thing that makes you unlike any hunter that ever lived. You can wait. A cheetah has one explosive burst and then it's spent. A wolf must eat within days, but a human can sit perfectly still for hours, ignore hunger, ignore cold, ignore the screaming urge to move, and simply watch, holding a plan in mind that the prey cannot even imagine. We can wait out an animal's patience, then wait out its confidence, then strike in the one unguarded second. Nothing in nature is built to outlast a mind that has decided to be patient. Have you ever felt that stillness in yourself, that cold focus? Tell me in the comments, because it's older than you think. Scientists gave it a name, the super predator. Not just a predator of predators. We don't sit at the top of one food chain. We sit at the top of all of them, on land, in the sea, in the sky. We hunt the hunters. We put the lion in the zoo. We put the shark on the wall. We made the wolf, the single most feared pack hunter of the northern world, sit by our fire, roll on its back, and wait for us to rub its belly. Let that sink in. We took our oldest rival and turned it into the dog sleeping at your feet. That is a level of dominance that has no comparison anywhere in the history of life. We didn't just defeat the wolf. We reached into its bloodline and reshaped it into 100 breeds that love us. We did it to the wild boar and got the pig. To the aurochs, a bull the size of a car and got the cow. To the wildcat that would have hunted our ancestors' children and got the thing purring on your lap. You don't just kill other species, you bend them. You rewrite them from the inside until they serve you, and they thank you for it. And now understand the scale of it, because this is the part that should truly stop you. There isn't just one of you. There are 8 billion. 8 billion of the scariest thing alive, on every continent, in every climate, from the frozen poles to the deep deserts to the middle of the open ocean. There is no square mile of this planet that a human has not walked, mapped, claimed, or changed. Every other apex predator is trapped in one habitat, one range, one narrow band of the world. You are the only one that's spread across all of it. The whole planet is your hunting ground, and it has been for a very long time. Now think about what that means an animal actually sees when it sees you. It cannot read you. A lion knows what a hyena wants. A gazelle understands a cheetah. Predator and prey have danced together for millions of years, and they know each other's moves. But you don't fit any pattern in the entire animal playbook. You walk upright like nothing else. You smell like nothing else. You make fire. You throw death. You appear in places nothing should be able to reach, and you do not leave when you should be exhausted. To a wild animal, you are not a bigger lion. You are a glitch in the rules of survival. There's a reason so many animals simply freeze when they encounter a human for the first time. They have no instinct for you. Evolution never wrote the chapter. When a deer sees a wolf, 10,000 generations of survivors are screaming instructions in its blood. When it sees you, there's nothing. Silence. An unknown shape that stares like a hunter, stands like nothing it's ever seen, and radiates a wrongness it cannot name. Uncertainty, in the wild, is its own kind of terror, and you are the walking embodiment of it. And I haven't even told you the darkest part yet. Every predator on this planet hunts for one reason: hunger. A lion with a full belly will walk straight past a herd of gazelle and not even lift its head. Killing is expensive, it's dangerous, and no animal does it for fun, because evolution punishes wasted effort. Every hunter in nature has an off switch, and that switch is a full stomach. Every hunter except one. So let me ask you the question that separates us from all of them. When was the last time being full stopped a human from wanting more? You are the only creature that hunts when it isn't hungry. We hunt for sport, for trophies, for records, for the wall, for the story. We built entire cultures around killing things we had no intention of eating, purely for the feeling of having won. No lion mounts a gazelle's head above its den. No wolf keeps a scorecard. To every other animal, a full predator is a safe predator. But a full human is still dangerous, still curious, still capable of ending you for a reason you could never possibly comprehend. You are the predator with no off switch at all, and it goes further, into a place no other animal can follow. You can hate. A lion doesn't hold a grudge. A shark feels no malice. But a human who has been wronged can carry the memory of it for 50 years, can plan around it, can wait, can teach that grudge to their children so it outlives the person who started it. We are the only animal that will cross an ocean to end something that hurt us, not for food, not for territory, but for an idea. That is a kind of danger the natural world has no concept of and no defense against. So let's go back to you, sitting there, feeling soft and slow and harmless. Let's put you back together the way an animal actually sees you. You have the forward, targeting eyes of a born hunter. You have a body that never overheats and never stops coming. You can reach out and kill from across a clearing. You carry fire, the ancient nightmare of everything alive. You think in groups, you plan across time, and your knowledge never dies. You hunt when you're not even hungry, and you can hate for a lifetime. Now tell me, which part of that is prey? None of it. There is nothing prey about you. You are not the weakest thing in the forest that got lucky. You are the reason the forest goes quiet. You are the footstep that makes the deer freeze, the shape that empties the watering hole, the sound that scatters the pride from its kill. Every animal that meets you and lives passes down one lesson to its young, the oldest warning on earth. If you see the thing that walks on 2 legs and stares without fear, do not fight it, do not test it, run. And even then, remember, it does not stop. So why don't you feel it? Why, if all of this is written into you, do you still flinch at the dark and jump at a spider and feel small under a big empty sky? And here's the answer, the real one. You feel small because you won so completely that you built a world with the danger taken out. Your ancestors did the terrifying so thoroughly that you get to be gentle. The fear you feel in the dark isn't proof you're prey. It's a memory. A ghost of the world your kind conquered so hard that you forgot you were ever the thing it was afraid of. That flinch in the dark, that prickle on your neck, that instinct to check the shadows, it isn't weakness. It's an old alarm from a war your species already won. You are standing at the summit of 4 billion years of life on a planet where every other living thing has quietly agreed on one rule: stay away from that one. And you have the incredible luxury of forgetting it, because nothing left is brave enough to remind you. So the next time you feel small, remember what actually looks back when the wild looks at you. It sees the eyes that never break the stare. It sees the legs that never stop walking. It sees the hand that kills from a distance and the fire that turns night into a fortress. It sees the mind that plans, the memory that never dies, and the hunger that a full belly can't switch off. It sees the one thing on this entire planet that hunts everything and is hunted by nothing. It looks at you, and it sees the scariest thing alive. It always has. You just forgot. So here's my last question, and I actually want your answer, because I read them. Knowing all of this now, does it make you feel powerful, or does it make you feel a little uneasy about what your species really is? There's no wrong answer, but I promise you the comments are about to get interesting, so go leave yours. If this changed the way you see yourself, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this reach more people, and subscribe, because next time I'm going to show you the one predator that humans are still quietly afraid of. You're not going to believe what it is. I'll see you there.